Maybe I'm weak, but it took half a year to get over you.
The journey started at 10:30 a.m. Me and Merlin, another YouTuber, hopped on a train headed for Florence. The Xiaomi Mix Flip 2 in one pocket and iPhone 16 Pro Max as backup. Merlin carried his Pixel 9a along with a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. We planned a relaxed day, shooting, shopping, testing the phone, and grabbing some nice food. By 11:15, after messaging and emails, Xiaomi Mix Flip 2 dropped just 1%. That was a good start. I settled in, unfolded the Mix Flip 2, and queued up some YouTube and gaming. The Xiaomi Mix Flip 2 has a 6.86-inch LTPO AMOLED display with FHD Plus resolution, HDR10 Plus, and Dolby Vision. It runs up to 120Hz and indoors it looks stunning. Vivid colors, deep blacks, and fluid scrolling. Touch response felt precise and snappy from the start. Then came the outer screen, and that's where the first flaw hit. It's a 4-inch AMOLED with 1392 by 1208 resolution. YouTube can't go full screen. A large part stays black. It felt like sitting in a cinema where only half the projector is working. For anyone wearing polarized sunglasses, it gets worse. That rainbow distortion makes the display nearly unreadable with a polarized sunglass. Anyway, there were some other flaws too. Flipping the phone open again was a reminder that the hinge hasn't seen real improvement. It still feels clumsy, spring loaded, unreliable between 115 to 180 degrees. Okay, it snaps shut or jerks open without that reassuring friction. But the crease feels like a different story. Thanks to Xiaomi's ultra thin flexible glass, it's barely visible. When I ran my thumb across the center, it felt smooth, no ridge, no interruption. For a foldable, that stands out. We reached Florence just around noon. Right after stepping out, I pulled out the Mix Flip 2, shot some video clips, and grabbed a few quick photos. The main camera is a 50 megapixel f1.7 Light Fusion 800 sensor. Yeah, it comes with OIS. For a clamshell, this setup delivered better than expected results. Crisp contrast, solid colors, and fast response even in bright daylight. It handled exposure well, which already made it feel like a step ahead of the Razer 6C Ultra. Another small win, it scanned QR codes instantly, not flashy, but when dealing with restaurant menus, museum entries, or train schedules, that convenience saves time. Later in the day, near the lakeside, we lined up some selfies and portraits. One of my favorite things about flip phones is being able to use the outer screen as a live viewfinder, and the Mix Flip 2 made it easy. Sit it on a flat surface, tilt to 90 degrees, walk back, and shoot. It becomes its own tripod. The photos came out sharp, balanced skin tones, clean background separation, and no over smoothing. We also recorded several 4K clips. The phone supports 4K at 60 frames per second with OIS. Okay, the stabilization held up well, especially when recorded videos at 4K 30 frames per second. I cannot say this phone is gonna replace my iPhone 16 Pro Max as a better camera phone, but okay, as a clamshell foldable, the camera has actually performed better than its competitors.
Yeah, maybe I'm weak, but it's taken.
By the time we sat for lunch, pizza, carbonara, cake with ice cream, I had already played a few rounds of games. The Snapdragon 8 Elite under the hood paired with 12GB of LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 4.1 storage kept everything smooth at first. After around 20 minutes of gameplay, the phone started heating up. Next day, Thea, my girlfriend, ran Antutu and 3D Merc Wildlife Extreme Stress Test. The score on Antutu was modest, and the 3D Merc stress test didn't even finish. The phone overheated and crashed out. Thermal performance clearly needs refinement. Back to that afternoon. Well, a sudden downpour caught us without warning. Merlin had no umbrella, and I had a Xiaomi umbrella that barely helped. The phone got wet, not soaked, but misted enough to matter. There's no IP rating for this device, but it didn't glitch, freeze, or restart. It stayed responsive. Yeah, Xiaomi's foldable software experience still isn't as flexible as Samsung's or Motorola's. On the outer display, especially, app compatibility is limited, but inside, everything worked well, and no strange bugs or crashes popped up throughout the day. Stereo speakers handled the sound fine for a clamshell, clear mids, slightly thin on bass, but overall decent. Okay, unlocking the phone was quick, the side mounted fingerprint sensor never missed, face unlock worked decently, both are as fast as flash. That evening, we ended up at a Chinese restaurant for Hotpot, perfect for testing indoor photography and videography. Using the main sensor again, we captured usable, noise controlled images even under mixed artificial light. Yeah, the video performance wasn't as impressive but held up okay. Nighttime photos and videos are also very good, almost flagship class. Why don't we just check a nighttime 4K video? What's up everybody, welcome to another honest review. Today we are reviewing this Xiaomi Mix Flip 2. Well, I'm using the Xiaomi Mix Flip 2 to record this video. So watch carefully, listen carefully and let me know how good is the camera performance. I could have recorded this intro video at the morning when I have started this video, but I wanted to test it at night. I actually have been using this Xiaomi Mix Flip 2 for the past couple of days, and I'm gonna share my honest opinion. I'm traveling to a new city. I came to a new city to review this, to cover this phone. So yeah, it's been a hard work for me and I had to spend a lot of money to get this phone so early. So yeah, if you end up liking this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe to this channel. Support honest content. At 8:50 p.m., just before boarding our return train, I checked the battery. After a full day of 4K recording, gaming, music, messaging, video calls, and browsing, it still had 44% left. That 5165 mAh dual cell battery delivered real world stamina. And with 67 watt wired and 50 watt wireless charging, the Mix Flip 2 is one of the most chargeable foldables out there. I never once needed the power bank in my bag. On the train ride back, I leaned into the seat with the Mix Flip 2 in hand. This phone had been a solid companion. Pocketable, reliable, flexible enough to handle every scene we threw at it, I genuinely enjoyed using it. But across the day, three flaws kept surfacing. First, the outer display is still held back by limited application support and the tiny widget library. Xiaomi didn't evolve this at all from the first Mix Flip. Second, the hinge still feels under-engineered. The resistance, the posture, the transitions, none of it feels finished. Third, for me it's the most important part, thermal performance needs attention. That benchmark crash and mid-game heat buildup are deal breakers for power users. Still, it's a foldable that delivers a lot of what matters. The nearly invisible crease, the powerful main sensor, and the outstanding battery life make it more than just another second-gen attempt. It isn't perfect, but it fits into real life better than most phones I have used this year. And that's what makes it worth remembering.
bad, but you fall right back. Happens just like that, and I'm not quite convinced that